Skull and Bones gets an official release date. We have another Xbox show coming up. E3 is coming back. Psychonauts 2 is getting physical versions of the game, and Xbox continues to sell very well in Japan. So yesterday was the Ubisoft Forward for Skull and Bones, and we finally got an official release date for this game. It's a very interesting release date, but that date is November 8th. Now, the reason I say it's an interesting release date is because, as we know, just a couple of days ago, we got the official release date for God of War Ragnarok, and that is November 9th. So a game trying to compete with that release window for such a huge game takes a lot of courage to do. But I don't think it's as crazy or as bad as people are thinking it, because Skull and Bones, they showed off some more gameplay. They go over the mechanics of the game. You are playing in the waters of the Indian Ocean during the golden age of piracy, and then you have to build up your crew. You have to build up your reputation through what is known as infamy. You can engage, they say here, in all kinds of activities, from looting, hunting other pirates, and treasure hunting to increase your infamy. The higher infamy, the higher rewards that you can earn through lucrative contracts. Now, they showed off, like I said, the gameplay of this game. It looks not bad. Like, I don't think it's anything that's gonna really blow people away when they see it, but also it's definitely a game that will definitely appeal to a certain type of gamer who wants to get into this like ship battling piracy style of thing. I'm thinking of people who are into Sea of Thieves. They will probably be very enticed by this game, Skull and Bones. Now, it is a social game. You can play with your friends, but you can also play all completely by yourself. The reason I say this November 8th release date, yes, it's right before God of War Ragnarok, but I don't think it's as bad as, I don't think it's going to affect the game as much as people think, just in the sense that it's a completely different crowd who's going to be playing this game. It's multi-platform. You're going to have a game that people are going to be playing for way longer than they are going to be playing God of War Ragnarok. God of War is a one and done game. You play through the single player campaign, and then that's pretty much it. Or at least for most people, they play through it once and then they don't really go back to it. Skull and Bones is a live service game that you're going to be playing over a long period of time. So if it's a game that interests you, you're still probably going to be jumping into it on day one, or maybe after you finished God of War Ragnarok. So the gameplay, you can go watch the video, the stream that they did where they go into depth over everything. There's even an after show if you go to the longer stream where they show people actually playing it and the different type of things that go on within the world and the different ways that you take on ships and all that type of stuff. But we now have an official release date, which has been a long time coming, because this was a game that was shown off, I believe, at E3 2017, and it's taken this long to get it out for people to be able to play. So one of the best games to release in 2021 was Psychonauts 2, an absolutely incredible game, won tons of awards and multiple different events, a great 3D platformer with tons of color, great character development, an incredible story, and just overall really fun gameplay. One of my favorite games to have come out in 2021, but one of the things that was missing from the release of Psychonauts 2 was a physical edition of the game. The only way you could play this game was by digitally downloading it or playing it through Xbox Game Pass. And it seems like this has now all been solved from IM8bit, as they are releasing two versions of this game. You have the Mother Lobe Edition, and then you have this Psychonauts 2 Collector's Edition. Now, the Mother Lobe Edition comes with a lenticular sleeve, a premium die-cut sticker pack, 6 art cards, a digital download code for exclusive behind-the-scenes development concepts, and a Collector's Edition reversible cover sheet. With the Collector's Edition, you get all of that stuff from the Mother Lobe Edition, but you also get something which I think is really cool here, an exclusive disc release for the original Psychonauts game, which came out in 2005. That was on the original Xbox. And you also get download codes for volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the Psychonauts 2 digital soundtrack, an exclusive 5-pin set of the Feast of the Senses, an 18x24 blacklight poster of Raz, an exclusive poster of Rav's archetype from Psychonauts 2, an exclusive sticker sheet, and it all comes in a beautiful exclusive collector's box. So tons of stuff here. You can just see all of the different pictures of what you're going to be able to get if you're interested in this edition, with the posters, the cards, the stickers, and just all of the little items. And the actual box art itself, which I think is really cool, really goes in line with what the game is, just a bright, colorful, fun game. But it is something that a lot of people were surprised when they played through Psychonauts 2, which is actually how deep the story got, and actually how much adult themes there were by the end of the game. So if you haven't played Psychonauts 2, I don't know what you're waiting for yet. It is an incredible game, incredible 3D platformer. And if you wanted a physical edition, make sure to keep your eye out on this. It is going to be shipping in Q4 of 2022, but I believe the Motherlobe edition is shipping on September 17th. 2022. So if you're wondering when the next Xbox showcase is going to be, it looks like it is going to be at Gamescom. Xbox has officially confirmed that they will be attending this year's Gamescom, which takes place from August 24th to August 28th. And here's what they say. Following our recent Xbox and Bethesda Games showcase, we're excited to confirm that Xbox will be back on the show floor at Gamescom 2022 in Cologne, Germany. Fans in Europe and around the world can expect updates on some announced games coming to Xbox in the next 12 months and a chance to hang out as a community again in person. So again, between August 24th and August 28th, this is when the show will take place. You won't be seeing anything new, as they do confirm here. They're just going to continue to show off the stuff that they pretty much have already shown off, the games that we are getting in the next 12 months. Probably some more deeper dives, maybe some gameplay at the show that you're going to be able to try out, and just give people more news that what they can expect to be coming specifically to Xbox Game Pass between now and I guess August 2023. Maybe there is that little bit of extra couple of months with that 12-month window that they potentially may show off something that we haven't seen yet. But the thing is, they do say here some announced games. So take that for what you will. Things do change, obviously, with these shows. Maybe there will be something that they want to throw in, but this will definitely be another event if you're interested in Xbox content and maybe seeing more about the games that are coming out that you're going to want to watch. Now, Gamescom this year also is not including a lot of the big publishers or ones that just decided they haven't wanted to go yet, as Sony Interactive Entertainment, Nintendo, Activision Blizzard, and Take-Two have all said they are not attending the show. But there are other big publishers there like Ubisoft, Bandai Namco, THQ Nordic, and Koch Media, who are going to be participating, and I'm sure they will have lots of stuff. When it comes to the ones not going specifically Sony, they haven't gone to anything this year, and they haven't really had a big show. So it'll be very interesting to see if they are going to have a big show this fall to show off all of their games coming out. We know God of War is coming. That's their big game for 2022. And they may think that they don't really need to show off anything more coming from the PlayStation first-party studios. So sticking on Game Showcase, we got some news here about E3 2023, and it is now officially going to be back in 2023, as the Entertainment Software Association announced that they are going to be teaming up with ReedPop to bring the show back. Now, ReedPop is the company behind PAX, EGX, the Star Wars Celebration, New York Comic Con, and the owner of several video game media brands, including this website here, gamesindustry.biz. The showcase is going to be held in the traditional place, which is the Los Angeles Convention Center, during the second week of June, and it will have both digital and physical components to the entire showcase. You're going to be able to, as a consumer, go to this showcase and, like they usually have, games check out, the developers and the publishers there with their booths that you're going to be able to go and visit, and media will be able to register and be able to go in and do all the stuff that generally happens at E3, which something that I've always wanted to go to. And you see the videos, the YouTubers, all that type of stuff going to the E3 show, and it always looks like it is a ton of fun. Now, here's their statement on this. They say here, "We are thrilled to bring back E3 as an in-person event with ReedPop, a global leader in producing pop culture events. The past 3 years have confirmed that E3 convenes our industry like no other event. ReedPop brings world-class talent and a keen understanding of the video game industry, which will serve to enhance the E3 experience for years to come. It is a tremendous honor and the privilege for ReedPop to take on the responsibility of bringing E3 back in 2023 with the support and endorsement of the ESA. We're going to build a world-class event to serve the global gaming industry in new and broader ways than we already do at ReedPop through our portfolio of world-leading events and websites." So there you have it. I mean, E3, I think lots of people did miss it. There was Summer Games Fest this year, which I thought did a great job. One of the things with Summer Games Fest is they had record viewers for their shows, but they definitely were missing that big, huge game. No really any fault to them. We just haven't had that huge release, but they weren't able to get like an announcement like God of War Ragnarok release date or something like they did the other year with Elden Ring. So for some people, they probably were disappointed in that. But we definitely, I think, will benefit from having E3, from having the show floor, and just kind of going back to that convention setting than just only having it all online. So one of the things we have been following is Xbox's continued sales success this generation in Japan. We've already seen over 2 weeks this year, Xbox has outsold the PlayStation, which is something you would have never thought about ever happening, especially with how poorly the console did with the Xbox One generation, seemingly making it look like the Xbox is pretty much dead in Japan and there was really no recovery. But the Xbox Series X and S has been doing really good, getting back some of that market share. And we have some more numbers here just showing how well the Series X and S is actually doing in Japan, saying Xbox Series X and S has another fantastic week in Japan, selling 12,530 units and surpasses 250,000 units sold lifetime, with 260,504, with 9,756 of the X sold last week, and then 2,774 of the S, bringing the total of 123,000 of the X and 136,000 of the S. Continues on here to say Xbox has sold 131,000 units in the first 6 months of 2022, more than what it sold in 2020 and 2021 combined, which they had only sold about 129,000 units, which is absolutely crazy to think about. In half of a year so far, they have outsold their total output in 2 complete years. And they say here Xbox should break 400K this year. Japan has seen a massive boost in sales this previous quarter. Now, going down into the comments, there's a question here saying, I have difficulty understanding what are the factors leading to such success. Like, I'm hoping Xbox can secure Japanese exclusives, and the Series S seems like a good deal for a minimalist Japanese, but what drives this? And the response here is Game Pass would be the only reason. That's the main difference from last generation. And I would say that is a major difference from last generation, but overall, like he mentions here, you look at the Series S, how tiny it is, definitely great for minimalists. Xbox is getting stuff that they didn't have last generation, like Persona, onto the platform. So I think there's multiple factors as to why Xbox is selling well. But yes, Game Pass, with the value of how good that service is, and like I just mentioned, Persona coming into that service, other Japanese games going into that service, Yakuza in that service, a lot of this stuff is going to lead to people going and looking to get an Xbox because of the value that is there for the price of the console itself, than all of the games you also get with Xbox Game Pass. Continue down into the comments here. This person says Series S seems to be winding down. If they can get more Japanese support for Game Pass, they can still sell both at a good pace, but higher demand for X's is similar everywhere. X's are physical media friendly, better for Japanese retailers, and for the secondary market, also retail space can expand more. Response, I don't think the Series S is winding down. It's just by the photos of the Japanese stores I've seen the past days. Japan got a really large Series X shipment. Japanese stocks are almost a seesaw. First, they sent a lot of Series S's and a little Series X. Now it's the other way around. Person says here, I see mostly Japanese flaunting their greatly designed Xbox controllers under the Xbox Design Lab hashtag, and they show a glimpse of all of the Japanese gamers showing off the different types of controllers that they have made, which, I mean, this could definitely be something that influences people to want to get into Xbox, just being able to design a really cool and colorful controller that's completely personalized to them. The Design Labs is a really good idea, and they've done a really good job with giving a ton of choices for the style of controller you want to make. They continuously expand it. So yeah, this could definitely be another reason why it's doing well. I mean, unless they just buy controllers just to have them without actually using them, or if they're using them on PC. Another sponsor saying, fantastic job in Japan. Please keep up. It will be a huge win if you can get more games from Japan and Asia. Genshin Impact in particular will no doubt boost sales even further. So bring it to the Xbox. This is clearly not stopping anytime soon. It's doing so much better than every Xbox in the same point in time. Microsoft has to take advantage. Did they beat Sony again? Just curious. I don't know how to check that one. And no, they didn't beat Sony this time, as the PS5 sold 24,000. But just the fact that they've already beaten them in 2 weeks and they're still selling like they are selling in Japan is just a very, very good sign. And again, this is one of the main things that Phil Spencer talked about this generation, was trying to expand that foothold in Japan, and they're doing a decent job. We'll have to see how they continue to try to do this going forward throughout this generation, because yes, it's great for Japan, but it also will be great for gamers everywhere if they're able to get more consumers over there, bring more Japanese games over to Game Pass, and people who enjoy those styles of games in the West and other parts of the world will benefit by being able to play them. That's it for me, guys. What are your thoughts on Skull and Bones? What did you think about the gameplay? Is this a game you're going to want to check out? Do you like those Psychonauts 2 physical editions? Or are you going to be picking one of those up? What are your thoughts on Xbox still selling very well in Japan? Are you excited about E3 coming back? And what do you think Xbox is going to show off at Gamescom? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, you liked what you saw, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your support, and I'll catch you in the next video.